So Jeff, what are you doing about your carbon footprint? Do you know what your carbon footprint is? Maybe you don't, but you can find out if you read my new book, Climate Action. We've actually got a whole page on carbon footprint, which Jeff is very interested in finding out about. And actually Jeff's doing quite a good job on her carbon footprint because she eats food made out of insects, which is really high protein and really sustainable. But there's lots of things that you can do about your carbon footprint. And in the book, we talk about what exactly is a carbon footprint. We've all got a carbon footprint, of course, just from breathing. So it's nothing to be ashamed about. And what we do is we look at some everyday objects that we use, such as toilet paper, a pair of jeans like the ones I'm wearing, a sports bag, some shower gel. We look at the average carbon footprint of those products and where that actually comes from. We also look at a young changemaker from around the world, which we do on every page in the book. And this one is no different, another wonderful young woman who has found an incredible way of making biofuels from a waste product. We also talk a little bit about carbon calculators that you can use to find out exactly what your carbon footprint is. And WWF have a really good one, so I would encourage you to have a look at that. The rest of the page, we look at average carbon footprints from around the world. And as you can see here, the lighter areas are the areas where people have a lower carbon footprint, and the darker areas are where our footprints are much bigger. So there's a big variation across the world. And what we can see is Africa and Madagascar have really low footprints. And the sad thing about this is actually these areas, often with the lower footprints, are already feeling the impacts of climate change, perhaps much deeper than some of the other areas. The rest of the page, we talk about what we can all do about our carbon footprints and how we can cut our carbon footprints. And some of these I'm sure you will know. How do you travel around the place? That's a really big part of our carbon footprint. Flying is really carbon intensive, but walking and cycling are really good ways to get around. And in fact, cycling is one of the most efficient ways to get around. The carbon produced by cycling is just simply from the food that you would eat to power you up those hills or to power you to get to school. Other things that we talk about are your pets, of course, just like Jeff. What are your pets eating? Pet food can have a really high carbon footprint because of course most of it contains meat, and it's the same for our diets. Meat carries a very large carbon footprint compared to vegetables. And if you're looking for a low carbon fabulous snack, look no further than the banana. Also our houses and how we power our houses is really important in terms of our carbon footprint. What do you use to power your house? Do you use oil? Do you use gas to cook with? How do you heat your house? Is it gas central heating, or have you got solar heating? Have you got solar water heating? And lastly, we talk about things that are plugged in around your house. Do you unplug everything at the end of the day? Because if you do, extra points, and it all impacts your carbon footprint. So why not find out a little bit more about your carbon footprint today? I hope you enjoyed that, and I hopefully will come and see you in your school sometime soon to talk to you more about what else is in the book. Thank you.